All right, I'm going to go ahead and make a video real quick for you on the assessment remediation tool that we have enhanced in Trails for you. This is a tool that you can use when you are remediating with a student on a failed assessment. This can include a quiz or post test, okay? I'm going to go ahead and give you some pointers here before we begin on our best practices for remediation as a reminder. Okay, number one, the student must fail an assessment before this is used. We do not want you helping students on any assessment. If a student is in the middle of an assessment, I don't care if it is a pretest, a quiz, or a post test, you do not assist a student. Remember, they are taking that assessment to see what they have recalled and what kind of good notes they've taken. If they're using the guided notes, they shouldn't have any problems as long as they're filling out those guided notes efficiently while they're working through the lessons. Okay. Um, Remediation obviously is never to be used in any way during a pretest. Remember, no help is ever to be given on pretest. That is been in place since time immemorial. So please keep that in mind. Number three, the remediation tool can be used after the first failed attempt on a quiz if a student asks for help. Remember, remediation is an ongoing process and is fluid while a student works on the unit of a course. The only time this is not permitted after the first failure is on a post test. Okay. So quizzes, you can be flexible. You can assist the student after they have failed, answer any questions they have. Remember, they are self-paced in this process. So if they ask for help, definitely oblige them and assist as needed. Finally, remediation on post tests where the tool is allowed is after the third attempt and beyond. Teachers are not to use this tool after the first or second failed attempt on a post test. Again, I mentioned it before. This is self paced. The first two failures for a student, they have to self remediate. After that second attempt, you all know the post test locks, and then they have to ask you to unlock the test or allow them a retry. In that case, that's when appropriate remediation is put in place. Now, after the third attempt and beyond, in other words, they fail it after their remediation on the second failure, you allow them to take it a third time, they go in, they fail it again, then it is more than appropriate for you to pull up that post test and go over it with the student, hiding the answers just like you used to do in grad point. We've enhanced this ability to where you don't have to slide the browser over to hide the answers like you had to do in grad point. We moved into the 21st century, if you will, the 22nd, if you will. We've upped the game inside of Trails. Okay, trying to make this a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this for you. Student 107 is what I'm going to use very quickly. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you an assessment. In this case, it was Unit 1, Lesson 2 quiz. You're going to see several attempts were made on this, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and go to this assessment to show you something. Wait a minute. Yeah, in this case, I got 9 out of 10 questions correct, all right? Um, and you have this little button here that says hide answers. Okay, if you click on this, what it'll do is if I scroll down and find the question that I got incorrect is the last one, you're going to notice it doesn't show the correct answer. Okay, in grad point it did. It showed what they chose, and then basically, let me just show this, make this a little bit more viewable for you, but it looked just like this. Okay, so in this case I only got one answer correct on this quiz, and you can see how this is what I chose and this is a correct answer. What you can do for remediation now, instead of having to slide this over like you used to have to do again, and in grad point, and now you can see what I'm talking about here with the incorrect. All right. Now, if you hide the answers, you'll see that the correct answer is not chosen. So now you can perform remediation with a student with the window fully open. All right. You don't have to slide anything. You don't have to hide anything. You just go over the questions. In this case, you would either have the student read the question to you, or you can read it to them, figure out why did you choose this question, and maybe what would you have chosen otherwise. All right. That's the type of remediation we're talking about here, showing them this is what you chose. Why did you choose that? What would you have, what would you have chosen otherwise? Maybe go over some mini lessons and things of that nature. Again, this is after the third attempt and beyond on a post test, but this can be incorporated after the first failure on a quiz. Okay. Again, we want to be able to help the students be successful, not waiting until they get to the post test where they were confused about a myriad of items leading up to the post test. If they have questions in lessons 1, 2, and 3 before they get to a post test, it's much more productive for you to assist them up to that point. Okay. I know there's been confusion about that in the past, but this is our best practice that we've had in place since we started using Grab Point years and years ago, well over a decade, 14, 15 years ago. Okay. So this has been in place for a long time. It's very, very crucial to our operation of helping students be successful. So I wanted to get this out and show you this. And again, on this, you can see it shows the correct answer. Obviously, I chose the correct answer. One other thing I definitely want to show you, let you know, is if you have a student that makes 100%, let's say you're going in, you're trying to see, okay, let me see what he was talking about. If you click hide answers, right, and they made 100% on the assessment, well, guess what? All of the answers are going to be correct. They're all going to look like this one down here. All right. So keep that in mind. Don't get confused on that. This is a tool that you will be using extensively for students that make less than an 80%. Okay. So you're definitely going to see a lot of this stuff here where you're going to see incorrect, what they chose, and what the correct answer is. Again, we don't want to show students the correct answers. So in that case, it'll be hiding the answers so you can perform true remediation with them and answer any questions they may have. That wraps this video up. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.